we go.
Hello everyone, this is John with Money on the Floor Currency Trader, and I wanted to go over our system and how we trade because we've been getting a lot of questions about that. We got a few people wanting to join the room and they have gotten the software, and I promised a new updated video on how to use it. And the main thing that I preach is to be able to trade with naked charts, and that is the most important thing, because if you don't know that that's an engulfing candle and that's going up, if you don't know that this is a W that came down, came up, came down, came up, and that it went up and it came back to retest and took off, then shame on you. You need to understand these things. You need to understand what a W is, what a double bottom is, double top. You need to understand an evening star. You need to understand a morning star. I don't see one over here right now, but they're very important. Those are the real basic candlestick patterns. Patterns in the market, very important. So the whole thing is you need to understand all these things. The other thing is structure. Let's see, where's some boxes here, some boxes. So if you knew that this was structure and you had an engulfing candle coming out of structure, you know that would be a good buy. You had a W that came out of structure, that would be a good buy. It's very important things. No matter how it is you look at it, maybe you're looking at a triangle trade, maybe you're looking at just a trend line trade. Basically, you saw this right here and it went down and broke it and came up, retested and took off. You traded that up. You got less money, but still was a guaranteed trade. So there's many different ways, but what I'm trying to say is there's consolidation up in here. So I mean, you can see that this right here is consolidated. So maybe you're a consolidated breakout trader. You can see that the market moved up, it was over with, it made this little box right here, and you're waiting for a breakout. So all these different things are telling you this. And then how far is it going to go? Well, obviously if we're in this structure, we break out to the bottom, we're coming back to this structure. So it does make some sense, but this is the whole thing about our software is you need to understand these things, but it doesn't mean we don't like indicators. We like indicators because they help us see it. They help us make our decisions. So understanding that that's a W, understanding that this is structure, understanding we have a triangle trade breaking out, all these different things, price action, it helps us give us an idea that something might happen, but we always need that confirmation, that extra confirmation. The more confirmations you got, the better. So that's the whole thing here. So let me go over here and show you one thing. Let's pull up my arrows. If we go here real quick, we've got tons of stuff in here. Let's see if we can get the right stuff. We got A plus arrows. We'll use the new ones here real quick. Go into here, give these the right section. We like a 1-8 cross. And there's different variations. This is more of a swing trading setup, the one that comes with this arrow. There we go, it's all set. Put that on there. Boom, just the arrows alone. There we go. Now you can see how much more that helps you too. So we're on a 30-minute chart. Let's jump down to a 15 real quick. Now you can see now, even though we knew that this was coming down making a triangle, the arrow showed us. We knew this was a W and also an engulfing candle, the arrow showed you. Pretty awesome. So now these are telling us we're going back and forth, but it showed you the breakout. It showed you everything that you need to know, these arrows. Now these arrows are awesome too, but there's one more thing on here that makes it even more awesome. And we love awesome. I use that word a lot, awesome. I know I need to find a new word, but the problem is I can't find anything better. So let me go in here and go to John's RSI reversal dots. People are asking me what these dots are and what they are and what they do and why they're important. And this all is the history of my trading from when I was working with somebody else doing their trade room, and I invented all the stuff that I invented as I went along, as I was given the okay to come up with anything that I wanted to come up with the trade, which is really awesome. I have to put a hand out to Casey for that because he really let me learn, which is really good. So now we are looking for John's. We're looking for John's RSI. Let me get to work here. RSI cross. Got so many different variations. RSI cross. Fish arrows must be down further. Fish reversal dots. So it's John's RSI fish reversal dots because these are all the things that are incorporated with it. We pull that up. We got 3, 14, 5, 9. Everything is off. Standard is great. And what those are is RSI crossings. Became very important to me using the RSI cross because that is momentum. It shows momentum in the market. There they are. Okay, great. Now we got it. So now I see why this is so important. So now not only do you get a double confirmation that the dot is saying that we have momentum to the upside, it gives you an exit point for your trade. So if you see an arrow, you take the arrow, you take it to the green dot. You could take it to the other arrow. The problem is you won't get this arrow to right about there and you're already losing money. The dot will get you out at the highest point. Even in consolidation, you took a sell trade, you got out on the green dot. You took a buy trade, you got out on the red dot. If the consolidation is too small, it will not work. I don't know if we had one down here at the bottom. Yep, we had a green dot. So if you took this trade, told you to get out here. Took that trade, told you to get out. Well, it probably hasn't got that far yet. So, but you get the idea. So now you can see why it's important to understand how to trade with a naked chart, how it's great to have indicators. But as I traded along, there was other things that I ran into that gave me trouble. That gave me, how do I say, keep myself from myself. And that's where we came up with other indicators, where we go now. This is another simpler one, but you can see the same thing. These are still the A+ arrows, still the dots. Now we have trending candles, so that we're going from structure, same idea. See, this is the same, everything works. Triangle breakout, retest, everything went up. So this is another one. Now with this, a template also means to me a lot is that we have the times when we're trading. So you know, in Sydney and Tokyo, you're going to have 1, 2 trades coming down. London, you had 1 trade coming down. New York, you had 1 trade going up. Then this went into a triangle, and then went into total chaos. And then we had the news trade, and then it was still difficult to trade, but this would have kept you out of somewhat trouble. So without this, you're even in more trouble. So that's the problem. That's why these indicators are very powerful. So if you're using this and a naked chart where you can draw your structure, do all your stuff, it's very important to know the times of day. Here's where the day opened, and that's where we usually get an early Tokyo move. This is Sydney. You'll get a nice move here. We're looking for a move in London, looking for one in New York. People say, how many trade calls do I do a day? I usually do 1, 2, 3, 4 calls a day. So that's what I try to get, unless I'm wrong or something changes, and then we add something else in there. Today was a very difficult day. Usually we can nail these trades with this software. That's why this software is so important. So, and I see there's a lot of software on TradingView. Still, nothing touches these arrows. These are the best arrows anywhere, and these are free. All you got to do is join the room, let me teach you, enjoy the room with me, and I give you all the software. I even give you some EAs to help you do your money management, so it's very helpful too. This right here is telling you that you have a trend, up, 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 confusion, down. So telling you where you're at, how many pips are you up and down, what's the spread. This is at the actual candle itself. It's 59 up, 41 down. So you can make a decision. Is it really strong up, really strong down? Is it up week, or is it strong up? So it depends. And then also you got your currency strength over here. And this is the other template that I use. There's other templates, but this is the next main one that I use. And then we have our exact main. This one here is what we call the A+ template. Now this is the same thing. There's the dots, there's the arrows right there. Now we do have one other arrow, which is a red and green arrow, but all these are is to show you this bar. Now if we look at this template, there's this one here that's called the triangular MACD. This is probably the best trending indicator you will ever have. And what I did is I put a bar that would show me when it changed. Also, it gave me an arrow on the chart so I didn't miss it, because sometimes I'm so focused on the chart I missed the bar, and I didn't want that. I also put the arrows and the dots inside the window, so sometimes they're outside up in here, you don't see them. Maybe there's some lurking about where you don't see them, maybe you got the things too far up and you don't see the arrow up in here. You would at least see it here. Very important. So now what we're looking for in this trade setup, we're looking for something called the A+ trade. So we're looking for consolidation, which is right here. We're looking for a triangle. Let's see, where's my triangle? Right there. And then we're looking for a breakout. And where did we get the breakout? So we got the bar. We're waiting for the bar. The bar says, okay, be ready. We have a trade coming. And then you see the triangle trade setting up. And then we're waiting for the arrow. Here's an arrow. We have green, 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 green. There's the thing. Now we're looking for the candle to actually prove itself by going above the half trend, which is the yellow bar here. Once it goes above that, we can take the trade. It did not. It kept you out of that trade because it was not ready. So it's about having patience too and understanding your software. So the market went up, pulled back down. The RSI showed it. The RSI shows the pullback. Now again, we already had the bar. We got the arrow. Everything's green. RSIs are both green. This is the 314 cross, or 310 cross, excuse me. And then from here, it launched up. As soon as it went right there, we would take a buy trade. Then the market moved up, hit the 50, and I'd be ready to exit the trade, but it made another small candle, I would be thinking evening star or impulse correction impulse, and it did the impulse correction impulse. So as soon as it broke the 50, I would add another trade to this, and then it went up and pulled all the way back down and gave us a green dot, and as soon as that pulled back up above here, I would have added a third trade, because it's very important to learn to add to trades here. And at that point, I would have let it run. I would have saw the red reversal dot up in here. I would have saw structure. I would have got out. I don't know if there's a green dot at that time. There is not, but we also had a bar. We had RSI's double cross here at that time, so we knew it was probably a good time to get out. But all these things will help you to get out, and you can see how easy that is to do it. Now, it's still no different. We still have to understand that we have a triangle trade, a trend line breakout, and understanding the chart, but the indicators help you make that decision. Now, also what happens, this is a larger time frame down here. What's it? We have a 15-minute. So we're on a 15-minute because I put the 15 minutes, usually at that time I was trading 5-minute charts. I've gone more to 15-30, and so right now, but I still look at the 5. So this is, I would use one time frame bigger. So if I'm on the 5, I want this one to be at the 15. If I'm on the 15, I want this one to be a 30. If I'm on the 1, I want it to be a 4-hour. So you understand what I'm talking about. This is your higher time frame. So let me go down to a 5-minute chart so you can see how that actually works. Let's see, I need to go, where are they? I moved them over here. There we go. No, it's already there. Good. So now we're on a 5-minute chart. Here's the same thing. We got the bar, we got the triangle trade. Everything went green at this time, and we're waiting for the trade. Now, there was no other arrows at this time, but we're waiting for this to set up and break above. Once this broke above, there is our trade. We would enter here, we went up, we went sideways, we would have exited the trade. And then at that time, we had another bar, everything went red. We could trade this one down, except it didn't trigger because nothing actually went. It wasn't until probably way later that it actually went. Now we consolidated. Let me see here. There we go. That's the other problem. So let's look at this again right here. We have the bar, everything red, tried to go. It went down, but did not really take. It wasn't until this trade we got right here that, actually this one here was, maybe this one. This one here, everything was red. We already had the bar. It broke down right there. We'd take the trade. It took a while to go, but it went and came on down, and it gave you the green dot way down here where you would exit right down here. So, and that's on a 5-minute chart. So hopefully this makes some sense. So this is your higher time frame. This is your triangular MACD. These are RSI crosses, which is showing you when when the fast one is above, it's momentum bullish. When it goes below, is bearish. The best time to trade is when they both cross and turn red. You'll see the power of it coming down, and it works better on a higher time frame with that. You can go to a 30-minute chart. This is where you'll get less arrows but more trades. So now you'll see right here we have the day open. We have Asia coming down, and then it went into typical Asia. This was the trade today, so we didn't get much trading today. It really sucked today, to be honest. But let's go to a new day. Here it is. We have a green bar. We had a green arrow. Everything went green at this point right there, and we tried to go above. It really kind of went. We could have taken it up into here, but it wasn't the best trade. It wasn't ideal. Now, ideal is this next one. This is going to be London opening up, and we had the bar, arrow, everything red, boom, there it went all the way down. Told you to get out. We had the green dot, we had the green line right here with the arrow, same thing. And then we have New York. There it is. There's our trade straight up, boom. And then it went consolidation where it came back down. So works out really nice. Let's take one more here, look. So here we go. We got it right here. We already had the bar, everything crossed, red came down, take the trade here, went underneath the 50, traded down, didn't get a whole lot, but you know what? You have to take the small losses with the small wins because you're waiting for the big one. Here comes the big one, and right here we got the bar, we got the arrow, everything green, went up, took off right there, went up, sideways, even told you more confirmation to stay in the trade, we're going, you nailed it. And then later on the day you got the one coming back down. So very good trading. And the idea is that usually what I do is I trade, I take a little, I scalp it real small, the smallest size. Like if I'm normally trading one lot, I'll go down to a 0.1. So I'll do a 0.1 until it starts to go. Once it starts to go, then I'll get in more. So this one here would have been a 0.1 trade. So I either made a tiny profit or a tiny loss. And this one here would be a 0.1 trade, went up, pulled back down, got a second dot, went back up. Now I add one lot because now I feel comfortable with the trade. And it still didn't want to go. It still pulled up, came back down. At this point, I probably put another lot on because I do like to stack as we go. Now I see the trades going. I am making money, and that's what it's all about. So then I would probably come in here and make, if this was the trade right here, we probably lost, maybe made 20 bucks. This one here, we made a few hundred, and as it turned red, we got out, and then it pulled back down, add another lot, and now we probably made like 800 bucks coming all the way up. and by stacking on it and doing that is how it works. So we're looking for an A plus trade up, and then the trade, we call it, is back to the 50. What the market always does is called a bow tie effect. That's another whole video, which we won't get into, but we're looking to go away from the 50, back to the 50, away from the 50, back to the 50. So hopefully this makes sense. Hopefully you like it. Hopefully you love it. And if you do like this and you do love it, or you just want to try it, remember, if you join the trade room, I give you all the software for free. It's about $500. The trade room is $125 a month. As soon as you join, you get all the software. After 1 month, if you feel it's not something you need to continue, then you can go ahead and go on your merry way. You have the software, you can trade it on your own. But if you like trading with people that think the same way as you do, trading the same software that you are, looking for the same trades, we're all looking for this trade. We're all looking for this trade and that trade. These trades aren't very good. We're looking for the ones that make money. And one thing I can tell you is if you're trading Elliott Wave, if you're trading smart money concepts, if you're trading Gartley patterns, any kind of Fibonacci patterns, even Fibonacci pullbacks, these arrows, we're already trading all that at the same time, because these arrows lead into everything. This is the beginning of any of those. We're all chasing that money. We're chasing the third and the fifth wave and Elliott Wave. We're chasing the end of the Gartley pattern. So if you put a Gartley pattern on here, you'll see arrows at every point that is necessary. So it'll help out whatever it is that you do, whatever it is that you trade. So let me tell you, this stuff's awesome. And if you want to be trading around people that, and in our trade room, you need to make sure one thing is you bring a mic. We don't like to type. I'd like to just talk to you. Right now it can go anywhere from 10 to 5 people in there, sometimes 15 when we get going, but usually that's all there is. And the thing is that we're able to talk and communicate. It's not out of control. So while you're in there, you leave your mic off. When you're ready to talk, you turn it on and talk, and it works out great. Everybody's happy, and we're able to communicate. Everybody's lots of fun, and they all have knowledge too. They bring all of their own knowledge with them, and then they learn from me, and we all work together. I learn from them too. I learn from everybody. So I look forward to the knowledge that you bring to the table. All right, everybody, thank you so much. I appreciate you. Let's make money in the markets, everybody. Okay, bye-bye.